In this video, I'm going to talk about existential crisis. I will give you two perspectives from two different people that will help you in understanding and overcoming the unpleasantness associated with this crisis. So let's begin with it. If there is one thing that differentiates us from other life forms on this planet, then it is our ability to think and question whether our lives have any meaning, purpose, or value. No animal thinks about it. No plant, no insect thinks about it. They are simply living an unconscious life, the life that they have been programmed and destined by nature to live. They simply survive and reproduce, and for that, not much awareness is needed. Man is the only animal that has the intelligence and awareness to question the meaning and significance of his own existence. Now, the thing is that most of us are negatively impacted when we contemplate about the meaning and significance of our own existence. It becomes a matter of great anxiety for us. And that's what existential crisis is, when we get negatively impacted by our own intelligence and awareness. Now the question arises that what causes this existential crisis? Usually this crisis is provoked by some significant event in a person's life. It could be a psychological trauma, a major loss, losing a loved one, or a life-threatening situation, or just getting old. Anything can trigger it. And once this crisis is triggered, we are constantly living in its grip. We are constantly introspecting and contemplating about our personal mortality. And we lose all the joy and ecstasy from our life. We find nothing in life worth experiencing or doing because at the back of our head, we have this constant thought that what is the point of doing anything in life if one day I will cease to exist? And gradually we start slipping into anxiety and depression, and we start living a very dull and pale life. And that's how most of us end up with this existential crisis, and it is a very limited use of our intelligence and awareness. However, some people have quite a positive impact on their life because of this existential crisis. Instead of settling with depression and anxiety, they get a totally new perspective about the nature of their own existence. And it significantly changes their whole life, the whole quality of life for good. So I would like to share two perspectives about the nature of our existence. And both these perspectives sprout from our ability to wonder and question our existence. But both are polar opposites. One leads to anguish, another leads to celebration. And the point that I'm trying to make is that a slight change in our perspective can actually transform our anguish into celebration. So let's begin with the first perspective, which leads to anguish. And it comes from philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre. He has said that man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. I want you to notice how he emphasizes the word thrown. The very choice of word thrown means that you have been forced without consent. With this vision, certainly you will feel like an alien. You will feel as if you are an outsider, you don't belong to the world, and the world does not belong to you. And with this sense of separation with the world, certainly you will feel fear and anxiety. It is unavoidable. It is a direct consequence of feeling separated with the world. You will feel that this world is a cold, hostile place where you have to struggle and fight for your existence. So with this vision, your life will feel like a terrible accident because you can't find any roots and meaning in this world. And feeling confused, anxious, and isolated, one tries to find meaning in the outward things, be it career, relationships, or devoting oneself to a particular religion, nation, or any idiotic political ideology. However, these superficial engagements can never give you any roots and meaning in this world. These are just the ways to forget about your anguish for a while. Underneath all the occupation, there will be this fear, this anxiety that will never leave you. And wherever you will look, whatever you will feel in your life, you will constantly be reminded of your insignificance. If you will look at a beautiful starry night, suddenly you will be reminded that your existence is minuscule in comparison to this vast universe. You will feel like a speck of a dust in this vast universe. So this way you can never ever forget about your existential anguish. It will always be there. You can never get rid of it. Now let's look at another perspective that leads to celebration. Alan Watts has said that billions of years ago, you were a big bang and now you are a complicated human being. Now Alan Watts has a diametrically opposite perspective. In his vision, one does not feel that he has been thrown into this world. One feels that he has grown in the world. And there is a huge difference between these two words. Thrown, you feel like an alien without any roots. You feel lost and isolated. Grown, you feel at home. You feel rooted and you are peaceful with yourself. So the very formulation of word shows that you are one with the existence. Billions of years ago, you were a big bang and now you are a complicated human being. So Alan Watts is not trying to dissect the existence in terms of physics, chemistry, and all the rest of it. No. He's simply looking at existence in a wholesome way. He's looking at the eternity of existence with awe-filled human eyes. And you need to have a great sensitivity to have this perspective. Because Watts is not trying to understand the nature of existence. He's trying to feel it. And to feel the existence, you need to have a sensitivity. And most of us have lost the sensitivity to feel the existence. Look around yourself and you will see that the whole life is a game of interdependence, right? We all are interdependent. Not just the humans, but the animals and the trees, the birds and the bees, the planets, the stars, the sun, the moon, the oceans. Everything is interwoven. Everything is interrelated, interdependent. Can you live without the trees in this world? No, it's not possible. Can you live without the sun and the moon, the rivers and the mountains? Not at all. But we don't feel related to them because we have lost our roots. So when you feel this interdependence in your life, then you realize that you are not thrown into this world. You have grown in this world as an organic part. It would be better to say that you are the universe, grown into a particular dimension which we call human. Universe is simply trying to experience itself through you, just like it is trying to experience itself through the sun, the moon, the rivers, the mountains, the birds, the bees, the insects, everything. If you have this perspective about the nature of your existence, then you don't look for any meaning and purpose in life. Then you don't fear your personal mortality because you don't see yourself as separate from the existence. You realize that you are the child of existence. And if existence has given birth to you, then it also knows how to take care of you. It knows how to take care of the birth, then it also knows how to take care of the death. You simply surrender in the moment, you are extremely relaxed in the moment, and you look at your life as an opportunity to participate in this eternal dance of existence. You simply become relaxed in the moment, you rejoice in the moment, you celebrate in the moment, just because you are alive. It's enough. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need any extrinsic purpose and meaning in your life. So, celebration is a direct consequence of feeling an organic unity with the universe. And anguish is a direct consequence of feeling separated with the universe. Now the question arises, how to feel this organic unity with the existence? I think we need to start with ourselves. First, we need to observe how our whole body is functioning in tremendous harmony. We are always breathing, but we don't have to make an effort to breathe. We don't have to remind ourselves that we need to breathe. It's as if existence is breathing for us. We eat food, but we don't have to make an effort to digest the food. Digestion happens on its own accord. Our heart is always beating. We don't have to make any effort. The blood is circulating. We don't have to make an effort to see things, to hear things. It happens so effortlessly. How is all this happening? There is a whole mechanism at work to just keep you alive. Start watching this mechanism within yourself. Start watching this tremendous harmony, tremendous unity within your body. So there is an intelligence to just keep you alive. And it does not need your intervention. And that intelligence is not yours. That intelligence is existence's intelligence. Then start watching this intelligence in things around you. Start watching how the trees are growing, the plants are growing so blissfully, so effortlessly. What is making them grow? The same intelligence that is within you is also in the trees. Try to feel it. Don't try to understand it. Feel it. Feel it in the wind, feel it in the rivers, feel it in everything around you. If you will grow in your sensitivity, then sooner or later you're bound to find the presence of this intelligence in everything that exists, from the smallest blade of grass to the farthest of the stars. And once you have this perspective, certainly you're bound to feel an organic unity with the existence. And don't think that it's going to be some colorful hallucinatory experience. No, it's a very subtle feeling. You will become more loving, you will become more peaceful, you will start caring more about the people and things around you. You would want this world to become a better place. You would want to lessen the suffering. So, once there is a change in your state of being because of your new perspective, where you see yourself as an organic part of this existence, from there on, whatever actions you will take will become meaningful and purposeful. There is no meaning beyond living a natural life. And love is your nature. Joy is your nature. Peace is your nature. So I hope that you had an insight into the nature of existential crisis. And as a practical tool, I would want you to set aside some time every day so that you can reflect on this organic unity. There is an affirmation that is flashing on your screen right now. Take a screenshot of this affirmation. Every day in the morning or in the evening, whenever you are relaxed, read it loudly, and not just read it verbally. Also reflect on it. Try to feel it. And slowly you will realize that within few days or few weeks, you are growing in your sensitivity. You are developing a new perspective towards life where you don't see yourself as a separate entity from existence. You see yourself as an organic part of this existence. And I wish you all the best for this journey. Thank you.